Listen, young Dubba-AA in the building, man. I'm in Colorado in the studio doing what I do when I do it. But listen, I have to tell y'all, Mile High Minute, #1 in the world.
I get a bag and blow a bag and pass the bag away. When I call, tell her to come and fuck that nigga, she on her way. Pick the location, change the destination, got it.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, did you get pretty good grades in high school and stuff?
I did enough. Honestly, I did enough to get by because at that time, my dad kind of left.
Yeah.
So I ain't really had no father figure at the time. So I was just wilding out. But I knew for a fact if I wanted to play sports, I had to do enough to get a 2.0. And everybody know a 2.0 is like a C average.
Right.
So I was just like, I'm gonna just do enough to pass.
So you were doing good enough to pass and graduate and stuff like that. You said your dad kind of wasn't necessarily a figure in your life at that point. How did you kind of stay motivated and focused? Because that can be very, depressing and kind of get you down. So how were you able to kind of maintain that grind and dedication and motivation, even though you might not have had a figure in your life to look up to?
I will say this, the reason I did graduate is because of my dad, because I got into some trouble back at home, and when my dad left, he went to Tennessee. So I got into some trouble, and it was like, you got to go stay with your dad. So them last years, like the 2 years or so, I was up there with him, and that's when I kind of got back on track. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did you want to go to college at that point at all? Or?
Hell no, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go to college at all because I knew that I wanted to be a rapper. So I was like, it didn't make sense for me.
Okay.
So it kind of worked out anyway. But the very thing that I was trying to not go to was the thing that kind of turned me up later on. And I'm in this seat with you right now because I went into college. It's weird, bro.
Right.
It's weird.
Okay.
It's cool.
So you said I'm going to take the music route. When did you graduate? What year?
What year?
Yeah.
Like 09.
09,
Yeah.
okay. That was before like this new kind of Florida wave came out, I feel like.
Yeah, all of them boys wasn't even, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
relevant. Like, I remember Kodak, he wasn't even Kodak then. He was like J Black.
Okay.
So.
What was it like coming up at that point trying to be a rapper? Were people like kind of dogging you and not believing you, or was it actually like a real career at that point in Florida?
So, right after when we did all the 106 and Park, right before that, it was people doubting me, right? Because that's just Florida. They not gonna rock with you until they know. Till you on, right? So after 106 Park, everybody like, y'all boys putting on for the city. We know you can do it.
Yeah.
I was like, you was the same guy telling us that it's cool, y'all need to go harder, this and this and that.
Right.
But after you make it, that's just how it is. And then of course Florida wasn't Florida at that time. It was DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
That's what it implies.
Right. Yeah.
So all these Florida rappers now that's making waves and all of that, it wasn't none of that.
Okay. So would you say it was kind of tough to make it out of Florida in the rap scene at that point? Or do you feel like you guys still had a pretty good scene?
Well, to be honest, when Khaled came out, that's when all the attention came onto us.
Yeah, because they had like Ross and stuff.
Yeah, they had Ross, they had the Trinas, they had the Flow Riders going crazy in that different genre. So it was up at that time. And then you had Cool and Dre who was producing in the Runners and all of that. So they was killing the sound. So yeah, it kind of made it easy for eyes and stuff to be in the city.
Okay.